Hello, ASEAN and Oceania. Thank you very much for participating in Hydraulic Tech Talk. If you have just joined us, this morning we showed you how to choose the right cylinder road coating for some applications in civil engineering and then our hydraulic technology used in the meat processing. And this afternoon, we'll be showing you more of our technology from the Now stream. But before that, let's take a look at what the market here can expect to see from Bosch Rexroth next.
Water is H2O, which is hydrogen and oxygen. So if we burn hydrogen, we get water, and it makes a clean fuel source. Green. So, hydrogen is not very common in our air, so where do we get it? We get it from electrolysis. We can use water and electricity to make hydrogen. We use an electrolyzer to take the power and the water and create hydrogen. We get some oxygen also. What makes this great is that we can use renewable energy like wind, solar, hydro and wave generation to create this hydrogen. So now what? Well, we can compress, transport and use this hydrogen like we use petrol or diesel today. We can use it to power cars, buses, trucks, tractors, bulldozers, excavators and industrial factory machines. And how can we do this? Well, we can do it in a few different ways. Hydrogen can be used in internal combustion engines, special internal combustion engines designed for hydrogen. Or we can convert the hydrogen back into electricity using a fuel cell. It's a bit like an electrolyzer, but only in reverse. We take the hydrogen and some oxygen from the air and push it through a membrane and we get electricity. We can use this electricity to drive electric cars. And surprise, surprise, the emissions we get out? Water. So, unlike traditional electric powered cars and mobile planes. Hello and welcome to Bosch Rexroth Beyond. Today we are talking about hydrogen, or H2. What is hydrogen? Well, it's a gas, a combustible gas. A gas that when it is burned, it only produces water. We all know that water is H2O, which is hydrogen and oxygen. So if we burn hydrogen, we get water, and it makes a clean fuel source. Green. So, hydrogen is not very common in our air, so where do we get it? We get it from electrolysis. We can use water and electricity to make hydrogen. We use an electrolyzer to take the power and the water and create hydrogen. We get some oxygen also. What makes this great is that we can use renewable energy like wind, solar, hydro and wave generation to create this hydrogen. So now what? Well, we can compress, transport and use this hydrogen like we use petrol or diesel today. We can use it to power cars, buses, trucks, tractors, bulldozers, excavators and industrial factory machines. And how can we do this? Well, we can do it in a few different ways. Hydrogen can be used in internal combustion engines, special internal combustion engines designed for hydrogen. Or we can convert the hydrogen back into electricity using a fuel cell. It's a bit like an electrolyzer, but only in reverse. We take the hydrogen and some oxygen from the air and push it through a membrane and we get electricity. We can use this electricity to drive electric cars. And surprise, surprise, the emissions we get out? Water. So, unlike traditional electric powered cars and mobile plant, this hydrogen can be filled into a tank in roughly the same time as petrol or diesel and has no issues that result from manufacturer maintaining or disposal of the batteries. So if you put these things together, we can have a complete solution that is green to applications like mining, construction machines, agriculture and personal transport. So where does Bosch Rexroth fit in? Well, if the world makes a switch to hydrogen in industrial, mobile and in commercial sectors, the hydrogen will need to be readily available. The hydrogen can be made in bulk at renewable power stations around the world but it will then need to be distributed similar to how we distribute petrol or diesel today. We, as Bosch Rexroth, have unique products and solutions already developed with the hydrogen industry to make this a reality. We have linear pump drive systems, rotating compressor drives, radial piston compressor units, compact servo-hydraulic actuators for small applications, and high-pressure storage accumulators used for fast pumping into large vehicles. With all of this, we can be a big part in bringing clean, green hydrogen energy to our day-to-day life. Imagine green energy coming from a petrol station, which isn't a petrol station, it's a hydrogen station. Pull up in your car.
Thank you, Daniel. Happy to see that Bosch Rexroth gets on the sustainability train by creating more and more new technology to support zero carbon fuel burned with oxygen. And now let's proceed with our next presentation, connectivity from and to mobile machines with BODAS Connects. Let's welcome Joseph Meiti speaking to us live from Germany. Hi, Joseph. Away from Germany, please welcome once again Joseph Meiti.
Hello, good afternoon. Joseph Meiti speaking. Thanks for having me here today.
It is a pleasure to have you here. Are you already connecting or sharing your device with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I'm starting to share.
There you are. Hi, Joseph. How are you doing?
Hello. Good afternoon from Germany.
Good afternoon from Indonesia. Do you want to quick say hello to our audience and tell us in Germany where you are actually located?
Yeah, so I'm located near to the Stuttgart region. This is south of Germany. And yes, now we have 7 o'clock, so it's in the morning here.
Early in the morning.
And yes.
The city, if I'm not mistaken, is Schweberdingen. Is that true?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it's Schwieberdingen. That's located near to Stuttgart in the south region of Germany.
All right, then, Joseph. What can you tell us about BODAS Connect?
Yeah, so today I will share some insights about the off-highway market and the telematic solution that we are offering. And this is called BODAS Connect.
Cool.
So I would say let's start. BODAS Connect is a telematic solution for the off-highway market. And when we dig deeper into our portfolio, we see that here we have the overall BODAS portfolio, which is consisting of BODAS software, the BODAS hardware part, and also the BODAS Connect part. And in general, so you find most information that I will share today in the internet. So you can also just make a picture of this QR code so that you go on the Transforming Mobile Machines internet page of Rexroth. And otherwise, if you want to have more information about BODAS Connect, then just please reach out to your sales interface in the local region. So when we talk about BODAS Connect, we see in general 4 parts of the solution. The one is that on the left side, where you see several applications, we have the Rexroth control unit or Rexroth connectivity unit, which is connected to the CAN bus system of the machine. And from there, we have the device software which is running on the RCU, which is the Rexroth connectivity unit. And the gateway, the connectivity unit, then sends data to the data management. And the other part and the, let's say, other solution that we are offering is also the device management. And together with this overall solution, we have the all-in-one connectivity where you can connect your machine and also having, for example, the over-the-air services, but also in the data management, you are able to store, process, and visualize the machine data. From Rexroth side, we see 3 use cases at the OEM side and also at the operator side. So on the left side, we have the fleet manager. We have in the middle the service technician. And then as a third use case and person or function, it is also the R&D engineer. And for these 3 use cases, we have separated views and so functions and features that we are offering to our customers. So digging deeper into our solution, we see that in the data management, as I said, we have the cloud storage and the database, we have processing power, and also we have the ability, the function to visualize also the data. And for the device management, we have the device software on the RCU, which is our gateway as introduced, and also the device management. And today I will also show you a short demonstration of what is able in the device management, and for example, also how to do the flashing over the air for the Rexroth controllers. And as you might know that some of our customers have already an established IoT solution. And this is why we have here 2 products. So for those who already have an existing data management solution, for example, they can have just the device connectivity stack. And this device connectivity stack consists of the RCU, of the gateway, then of the device management, so that you have the device software on the gateway and the device management. And very important to say is that with the device connectivity, you can connect third-party data management solutions or data management solutions that you are using today. So you don't need to switch the whole solution if you have something existing today. And the other product is the all-in-one connectivity. So this is for those who also want the data management. That means also the data storage, processing and visualizing from Bosch Rexroth. And here you see both products also at a glance. So this means we have the device connectivity without the data management. And then we have the all-in-one connectivity for those customers who want also to have the data management solution. So looking at the portfolio and also on the features that we are offering, based on the use case, we are offering fleet management features, condition monitoring, always also the interfaces based on the REST API. And then for the device management, we have the device handling. That means the handling and the management of the gateway. And then we have the over-the-air services for connected controllers on the machine. And then we have also the possibility to place your customer individual software on the gateway. And now I would like to dig deeper into the hardware and the gateway that we are using. So we have here 3 variants of the gateway today. It's a 4G gateway based on a Linux distribution and the operating system. We have an IRM Cortex A8. And we have the possibility to have up to 3 CAN interfaces. We have several digital IOs, analog inputs. We have an internal sensor. And this is also IP67. That means that the gateway is really also feasible for the off-highway market. And what you see here is that we have 3 different variants. The one is with the 4G and 2 CAN interfaces. The other one is with 3 interfaces and with some additional ones. And then we have also a variant with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And this year we are working on expanding this portfolio with at least 1 multi-core RCU, so that here we have also a very powerful unit where you can do, for example, also some edge processing on the machine on the gateway. So coming back to the overall approach, you see that here we have also the device software. That means that with Bosch Rexroth, you would have several layers here. the operating system, as I said, is the Linux system. Then we have the Bosch security embedded. We have the device management, and you would be able also to place your customer-specific software or apps on that. So digging deeper into the device management now, we have several, let's say, use cases here and also advantages. So the communication management is done by a secure communication broker based on the MQTT protocol. And we have the security management with a very secure communication based on TLS. We are doing the authentication based on certificates. And for the application management, we are using so-called snaps containers. That means that here you have an application that is executed in a confined environment. You can manage the writes, and whenever you are placing software on the RCU, this will have restricted rights so that only you can have access to that, and you can also protect your intellectual property with that. So Rexroth will not have access to that. And last but not least, we have the hardware abstraction. That means that we are taking care of the operation system, of the hardware drivers, of easy-to-use interfaces and the configuration, so that for you, you can just start and work with the Rexroth connectivity unit without managing all the stuff that is under the hood. So let's talk about the software architecture on the Rexroth connectivity unit. So on the left side, you see the interfaces that are for inside of the machine, let's say. And then on the right side, we have interfaces to the outer world. That means to the internet via 4G or via Wi-Fi. We have also the Ethernet, USB, Bluetooth, and GPS. And within the software architecture, you see that we have here on the bottom the Linux operating system with the device drivers. We have the hardware layer with its interfaces, and we have the device services. And the very important point is that on the top here, above this red line, we have the application layer. And here, Rexroth is providing some snaps and some software, for example, for the ECU diagnostic. But you would be also able to program in the programming language that you want some customer-specific features or apps, as I said. So there are several use cases. For example, you can have a edge processing of several signals. You can also send data to the CAN, not only receiving data and reading out. So there are really a lot of possibilities. And the important fact is that you don't have to rely on Rexroth to do that. You can do it by your own, or you can also choose the partner that you want to program and configure these things. And now I would like to switch to a short video to show you how we do the diagnosis over the air with BODAS Connect. So sorry for the delay. So here what you see is that we are scanning the ECU in the network, and we are seeing here one ECU, which is the RC45. And here we will log in and read out the active errors. So here you see a list of the active errors and also of the saved ones. And what you could do is then trying to delete them or refresh the system so that you see what errors you have coming from the ECU. Yeah, so this was the very short video about the diagnostic, and what I would like to share also is a short video of firmware over the air for the RCs. That means here we are flashing new firmware to Rexroth controllers over the air, and here I would also would like to share a short video for this use case. Okay, so I see that we have some technical issues with the video. I would just say that we continue without the firmware over the air video. Sorry for that. Continuing with the slides, we have here also some advantages of the device connectivity stack. That means that we have a very professional over the air services that are also being able integrated or being able to have it as a campaign management. That means you are able to flash several gateways or several ECUs at once. The customer is able and free to use the own data management. And this means that you can rely on Bosch, or you can also have your data management from Microsoft, from Amazon, whatever solution you like. We have an open device software for the RCU, which is future-proofed. That means we are working with a Linux distribution, and the hardware layer is completely separated. So for all Rexroth connectivity units and for all variants that I've presented today, you would be able to use your own snaps or your own software, and you can do that also for all variants. And we don't have any, let's say, device-specific software here. It's one platform. We have a flexible signal logging on CAN bus. So here we have several points. The one is that we are using a data compression for the data coming from the gateway. And this is included in our solution. And with that, you can have up to 7 to 10 of the factor for data compression before sending that out via mobile radio. And we have also a downsampling feature so that high sampled signals that you read on the CAN bus can be downsampled and then transferred to the cloud solution. And last but not least, for the flexible signal logging, you can also remotely define what signals you want to send out. Additionally, we have the container-based device management, and this is also what I presented before with the SNAP technology. And we have the device and data management separated from each other so that here you can have, for example, a solution for your after service or after sales. And also you can also have a solution for the fleet management, for example. We have an integrated SIM handling. So we are using an eSIM solution with a high coverage worldwide for the countries. So this is already included, and this is also integrated. If you want to use your own solution, you can also do that. And as I said, so we have a free programmable RCU so that you can also put your own software on the gateway. So this was the focus on the device management. Let's see what we have from data management perspective. So with the data management, we are working together with the Bosch IoT suite. And today Bosch has connected over 10 million devices. Half these connected devices come from the connected cars, and the rest is home applications and the industry. So here we have a very sustainable solution, which is running and that we are just connecting to. So as I said, we have here 3 use cases, and I would like to show you now some features that we are offering. So when you are starting with us a project, you will have the possibility to have very quickly configured dashboards and user interfaces. We have a machine view with some signals that you can also define together with us. We have the overall fleet overview. So where are the machines, how were they operated? And we have also some user interfaces for the subsystems, for example, for the diesel engine or for the working or driving hydraulics. And important to mention is that with BODAS Connect, you are very flexible and you can also define and configure your own interface. So you don't have to ask Rexroth to do that. You can do that just by your own. And the widgets are really very easy to configure. And you can also drag and drop, for example, the signals that you see here in this picture for the hydraulics. And what I would like to focus on now is the monitoring hydraulic solution from us. So that's a classical condition monitoring for the hydraulics. So what we do is that we are coming in a special IoT module. That means the software running one of our on our ECUs, and this software is doing edge processing and edge analytics because we don't want to send big data out of the machine. So we want to have a pre-processing on the machine. And what you see here is some results of the pressure distribution, for example. So what we do on the machine is that we pre-process the pressure peaks and pressure sinks on the machine, and then we cluster them and have them sent out to the cloud, so that in this case, you can have a quick overview about, for example, the load collectives or the pressure peaks that the hydraulic system has seen during the operations. So you can have really real-life load collectives of your fleet. We have also a detection of, for example, temperature anomalies. And as you see, so this is really a good overview to get for having a robust condition monitoring system here. So also some advantages of our solution. So with the all-in-one connectivity, including the data management, you are able to search within individual information within the stored files. We have the processing and aggregation of data within these files, and you have your own access and the own user administration, so that you can define if, for example, you want to enable your own service organization to have access to this data, or, for example, also partners, dealers, rentals, and so on. So this is possible. We are working with HTTPS. You will have your own computing power in the cloud. And with that, you can also calculate and analyze the data in depth. And what is also important to mention, this is also connected to the 10 million of devices that are connected today. So we have a very high level of availability and security with that solution. So I would like to sum up what we have today. So we have the device connectivity stack with the device management, the device software, and the gateway. We have the option to have the over-the-air services for the Rexroth controllers. And we have also the BODAS service remote diagnostics. So whoever is already working with our Rexroth controllers knows BODAS service, which will you connect with your computer and with the cable. And we have, let's say, the sister or brother solution to that, so that you can do that over the air. And we have also a starter kit for that, so that you can just quickly test our solution within 3 to 6 months. And what we have also is the all-in-one connectivity. This is based on the stack that you see on the left side, the device connectivity. And here we are adding the data management. That means you can have the fleet management, condition monitoring, or also interfaces. And this is then the to-run package. And what I didn't mention yet is, so for the remote diagnostics features, for sure we are coming with that feature for our Rexroth controllers. But if you are using other controllers, you can also integrate your diagnostic or service solution onto the stack. As I said, we are using here Linux gateways so that you would be free to program also and integrate your solution so that you not only flash Rexroth controllers, but also third-party controllers. And we will also support you with this integration. So as I said, we are offering starter kits so that you can test our solution. For the device connectivity, it's to start package, and for the all-in-one connectivity, including the data management, we are offering to run. And these are packages that you can have to test within 3 to 6 months. And I would suggest that you just reach out to your local sales representative so that we can discuss several opportunities here so that we can onboard you on the BODAS Connect stack. Yeah, and this is my last slide, as I said. So if you want to have more information, please contact your local sales. You can also visit our website. And the other opportunity is that you just place your question now into the chat, and then I would try to answer them now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joseph. We now have a deeper understanding about BODAS Connect. So it is actually truly modular, scalable, and open portfolio. A very exciting time indeed for all of our audience here. If you have any further questions about BODAS Connect, Joseph is here ready to answer the burning questions, all right? So once again, do put a good use on the Q&A feature. Feel free to ask around. And of course, later on, we would like to ask for your feedback. But my question to Joseph, my first question, actually about data privacy, Joseph. Does my data have to go through Bosch servers?
That's a good question. So as I said, we have here, let's say, 2 use cases. The one is when you want to use our completely all-in-one solution, then we would offer you a storage in our cloud solution located in Germany. So this would be Bosch servers, but you would be the only one to have access. But you are also free to search for another solution or use your existing one so that no data would be transferred to Bosch or stored at Bosch.
Great. But I've got a very basic question, actually, Joseph, about BODAS. Remind me, what does that stand for? BODAS?
BODAS, it's the Bosch Rexroth Digital Application Solution.
Rexroth Digital Application Solutions. That sums up for the session itself, yeah? So my next question to you, Joseph, since you're here all the way from Germany, what do you mean with configuration of the dashboard?
Mm-hmm. So as I said, when you are starting a project with us, we would define an initial user interface together with you. So this is based on the signals that you want to have, for example, pressure peaks, temperature information, and location information. But the customer would be also able to very quickly and easily configure these dashboards based on the widgets. So this is some kind of queries that you can write and configure so that you would be able to quickly also change the dashboard if you want to.
The question is from our audience about the ECU. Which ECUs do you support?
Okay, also a very important question. So for reading out CAN data, we don't have any restrictions here. So we just need the CAN matrix. We just need to know what signals are there on the CAN bus. And for the over-the-air services here, we come with our Rexroth connectivity. units and the Rexroth controllers, the RCs, but you are also able to integrate your own diagnostic solution on our stack for third-party ECUs, for example.
All right. Okay, next question from our audience here, and still waiting for more of your questions coming in. So, do you offer mobile radio from BODAS Connect?
Yes, we do so. So, as introduced in the last slides, we have also the option that you rely for the mobile radio on our eSIM and our integrated stack, but you would be also, let's say, enabled to use your own solution. So here we are, again, very flexible, and yeah, you can choose the solution that you prefer and just work with that.
Cool. Now, the next question would be interesting to know if this is just limited to mobile machines, because I am looking for a more easy or easier to use gateway as we have now for hydraulics in Odin. Care to comment on that?
Mm-hmm. So our colleagues from Odin, so what I know, they already have a gateway. In general, for the let's say stationary applications or industrial applications, in general, this is possible to use also the RCU. What we have to specify here are the certificates and the certification of the hardware for the specific custom application. So this is something that we have to discuss with the customer. What are the requirements that he sees? And then for sure, this is also a stack that you are not only using in the off-highway, you could also use that in the industrial environment. And we have already industrial certifications for the RCU so that you can also use it not only on mobile machines, but also in the industrial field.
Great. The next question is for the monitoring of the hydraulics. Is it possible, Joseph, to have more parameters like the condition of the hydraulic oil, water contamination, hydraulic oil temperature, etc.?
Yeah, so the solution that we have today is based on some signals that we have today, for example, the pressure and the temperature signals, but we would be also able to add information when they are on the machine. Yeah? Or if you want to, we can also talk about expanding that solution with additional new sensors. So in general, this is possible, yes.
Good to hear. The next question. Wow, a lot of questions for you, Joseph. I wonder why. Okay, what are the main features you see with having the edge function? Do you see any challenges getting this up and running in the field?
So for the solution that we have today, for example, for the edge processing, for the monitoring of the hydraulics, the solution is there. So here we are depending on our stack, and we can really quickly start with that. For other use cases, we have just to discuss that with the customer. Additionally, what we also have as edge processing, as I said, is the CAN data compression, and this is available today. So this is also plug and play for us. Whenever you start with us, the CAN compression would be there. And yeah, for all other use cases, we have to see whether we have some challenges or not. Yeah?
Okay, the last question is a very interesting one. So basically, the question is, or maybe a request, can you provide trial for BODAS Connect for user before we decide to buy?
That's a good question. So what we could do is we can have a demonstration remotely or we on site when the situation is let's say, allowing us. So I think we would have opportunities to present the solution to the customer before he has to have the investment or buying decision, yes.
Great news for everyone then. Okay, I think that sums up the Q&A session. I'm afraid we're coming to the end of the session. Once again, Joseph Mete, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much also for having me here.
Yeah, sure. It's our pleasure here. And the questions that we did not get to answer, rest assured we will get back to you after the show. Our expert is still standing by to answer more of your questions. And of course, bye to Germany from, we're in Jakarta from us here. Okay. And we'd also like to get your feedback at the presentation and the speakers. It will only take a minute. The questions remain the same. The first one, do you find the speakers engaging in their delivery? A for very much, B for so-so, or C, not at all. And our second poll, second question, did you find the presentations explain practical examples and useful techniques applicable to your operations? A, very much, B, so-so, or C, not at all. All right, I hope this could be a new energy for us before we start on the last session later on that will be starting at 3 p.m. Singapore time while we wait for you to give us your feedback. Once again, let me remind you that after this, at 3 p.m. Singapore time, we'll have our last session on connected hydraulics, where you'll have interesting applications around the world of the hydraulic power units. We'll also be introducing the new Citro Connect and Citro Force. So please go back to the lobby to get the access for the next session. Thank you once again and see you again in around 10 minutes from now. Bye.